those who wants to listen and to put in your heart and to put in your life to see the benefits that is going to come. This is a holy association. We are not here to talk about dunya or desires or anything. We are interested, we are chasing after heavenly knowledge. As Shaykh Maulana is saying, the most difficult thing it is to train your ego. The most hardest thing is to train your ego. Everything else is easy. It may be difficult, but compared to training your ego, it is easy. The most difficult thing it is to train your ego. And the month of Ramazan is to make us to train that ego, because it makes it much easier. The first 10 days, as the Holy Prophet ﷺ is saying, first 10 days of Ramazan is what? Mercy. And there is a zikr that is in traditional ways that you're supposed to make. The second 10 days is what? Forgiveness. And there is a zikr that you're supposed to make. The last 10 days is what? Freedom from the fire. There is a zikr that you're supposed to make. It's enough now. I'm not going to talk about so much what kind of zikr you're going to make. But asking Allah for mercy the first 10 days. I said yesterday, and he's asking the question. How you get the mercy of Allah? Don't just make the zikr asking for the mercy, but how do we know we're getting the mercy of Allah? Correct. Now, this is understanding what you're doing. You're trying to put the meaning into it instead of just reciting things. Ya Arhamar Rahimin, Arhamna. O most merciful of the most merciful, have mercy on me. This is a zikr. And I said yesterday, he's asking how you get the mercy of Allah, if it's not just to be reciting like that. And yesterday I said, which you're not remembering too much, you must understand what it is that we are doing that is taking the mercy of Allah from you. Where there is nur, nar cannot enter. Where there is nar, nur cannot enter too, especially like this. You understand? Unless you bring the nur in, and then the nur may enter. Just like that, it may not. They made a big fire for Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam. There is nar. You understand? There is a nar. With the nur that he's carrying by himself, he's able to enter. Who put that fire? Namrud. That fire is representing his fire, his hell. Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam, he was able to penetrate that physical fire. Correct or no? But the nur that he brought, it wasn't able to enter into Namrud's heart. Why is that? Because Namrud shut the door. He doesn't open it. Only when he opens it, then it may enter. But he shuts it. Every prophet came, and they have that capability also to open it. But Allah is saying there is no compulsion in religion. Allah is saying this is for Hazrat Insan. Hazrat Insan, they're not animals. You cannot force them. They have to understand by themselves through signs, through miracles, through understanding, through intelligence, through everything that is there. If they still don't understand, what's going to happen if you give that knowledge to the animals? Like Hazrat Isa alayhi salam, they're saying, don't throw pearls in front of the pigs. The pearls. How you say pearl in Turkish? Inci. Very precious. Says, don't give it in front of the pigs. They are not going to understand. You understand? So, the mercy. Are we understanding? What is the mercy? What is the mercy that we're asking for? To so many people, the mercy, again, is related to dunya, what they want. In this way, we're asking for mercy for akhirat. What is akhirat? What is paradise? To say we want paradise, what is paradise? I bet you so many people, they will hate paradise. They say, like this is paradise? I have to do what? It's exactly what Hazrat Jibreel said to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah is showing him, for mankind, the road to paradise and the road to hell. And Hazrat Jibreel saying, Ya Rabbi, the road to paradise, it is so difficult. It is impossible for them, for mankind, to enter into paradise on this road because it is so difficult. The road to hell, it is so easy, he's saying, that it's impossible for any one of them not to enter into the road to hell. You understand? So what is paradise now? What is paradise to us? Well, paradise, as the Quran Karim, every letter of the Quran Karim it has 70,000 oceans of meaning. In every moment it changes, because it's the word of Allah, it is ever living. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying they're going to stay in gardens with rivers underneath. What is that meaning? You think it's physically like that? That is a paradise? Something to think about. So what is a paradise for us? Do we want to have paradise? Or do we want to be paradise people? The paradise, it is according to what we put there. Hellfire is according to what we put there. The paradise is according to what we put there. It is empty. It is an empty lot, empty garden. What we do in the earth is going to make that paradise to be. So many, they want that paradise. Very few, they're asking for the owner of that paradise. To be a people of paradise, it is very difficult. There's no jealousy in paradise. There's no anger. There is no desire, animal. If you are not having these qualities of paradise now, how are we going to enter into paradise? This is what the grave, this is what the sirat, this is what the hellfire is for. If you're not cleaning yourself up now, they will clean for you, not to worry. And the smart ones are going to say, if we clean now, it will mean we clean 1,000,000 times better after we pass. To clean now, it is difficult. But if you clean one part, it is as if you clean 1,000,000 parts. You understand? Then that time they don't have to clean you in the grave or elsewhere, because they try. They're running. They're questioning. Every day is a judgment day for them. They judge themselves. Every day they are looking to see, am I Ahli Nur or Ahli Nar? And they are longing for that which pleases their Lord. They are weak. They do so many things wrong, but they are running, and they are not being arrogant, not complaining to their Lord, and they're asking always help from their Lord, and they're trying. They're not being lazy. They're not being in ghaflat. They're trying, and they're begging for the intercession of the Prophet ﷺ. You think Allah is not going to grant for those ones? Allah is the one who created the love that you have for everything. He is the creator. So understand, you want the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What are the things that we have, we know, we are doing, we're saying, we're thinking, that is blocking this mercy, that is putting this wall of fire inside of ourselves now. Now it's not physical fire, it is a wall of fire inside. The hellfire, hell is empty. You're putting the fire in there too. The nur can come, the mercy can come, but we are always destroying it. Praying, doing so much ibadat, next minute, the tongue, talking, backbiting, cheating, slandering. You give sadaqah, you give so much charity and everything. Next moment, you're going to cheat and lie. If we understand that we're doing something, there's a cycle that we're doing. We're doing good and then we burn it. We're doing good and we burn it. And we're understanding what that cycle is. Then in those nights, holy nights, we're going to ask Allah, please, I cannot break this cycle. Send help. It will come. It will come. Not now, later, not this year, maybe next year. It will come. Help, Allah is promising that help. It will come. Maybe you say, I cannot carry it. No problem. Allah will send special ones to carry it for you. You understand? And when He does that, then more you must put your head down. More your heart must break and say, Astaghfirullah. Ya Arhamar Rahimin Arhamna. How are we kicking the mercy of Allah? Sit and think. Everyone can think this. Everyone knows. If you don't know, I'll tell you. As murids, you have been reminded. So many, they don't want to remember. It's not that they don't remind, they're not remembering, they are not reminded, they don't want to remember. You understand? Like the nations of the earlier nations of the prophets, saying they remember one time and then they forget. Remember one day, they forget. Insisting on the stubbornness. Why is this? Why is this? Then sit down. I'm stubborn. Why am I stubborn? Why I keep doing this? You start doing that, Judgment Day, every day for yourself. Easy for them to cancel that from you. You understand? Have mercy. So what is the fire that we're making to ourselves? Yeah, everyone may have good intentions, but everyone knows where they are stuck. This is the way of polishing. We're not cleaning anymore, we're polishing. Polishing means you never say it is good enough. And you don't let others say it is good. So in that month of mercy then, when you don't, the khutbah is saying, you don't have the interference of shaitan. Your ego is locked because you're fasting. Fasting not just eating or drinking, you must fast with your eyes, your ears, your tongue. You're not doing that every day. At least do that in Ramazan. You're going to become more careful. You see something, you turn your head. You think about something, you do something else. You are constantly checking yourself like that. Then it'll be easy. Some people say, I don't know why. I just have a very bad temper. I don't mean it. But someone poked me, I have to do that. I'm asking. So don't worry. If you're asking and you're knowing you're doing something wrong, the help is going to come. You will change, believe me. Allah is going to make you to change. He is the turner of hearts. If you're trying to turn your heart to Him, it is too heavy. He is the turner of hearts. It's very easy for Him. But He wants us to turn the hearts to Him. Now in the Dergah, ghaflat, heedlessness, a disease, spraying one another, heedlessness. Same thing that Shaykh Efendi has been saying for years. You have good intentions, you're doing good work. You're trying to do this, trying to do that, but you are heedless. 1 second of heedlessness may destroy everything. 1 second of heedlessness when you're driving that car, it will kill you and whoever is in the car. 1 second of heedlessness, it will take you out from the way of haqq to the way of batil. Because heedlessness comes now from the tricks of your ego, of shaitan, of everything. Now, more you have to look. Where is the trick now? You know how to drive the car. You're expert at driving the car. You've driven it for 40 years. But you're not understanding. Heedlessness is an enemy. You put your guard down. You say before driving, I'm going to fill up my stomach with pizza, let's say. Okay? It's a long drive, but I've been doing this for years, I know. Soon it hits you, you get a little bit tired, but saying, it's okay. Medet. You understand? Meaning, you ask Medet because you are too lazy and disobedient to be a good one. Then what happens? Something may happen. You know that it is going to be long. You know that you're going to be sleepy. It makes sense. Now you have to stop somewhere, get some coffee. It makes sense. Even if it's freezing outside, you're going to roll down the window. You're going to do something to stay awake, no? To stay awake now. This is the how you're going to fight against this heedlessness, to stay awake. To stay awake is to know when you're going to go to sleep. It's not to stay awake when the sleep is hitting you and you stay awake. It's knowing that definitely now, this time I'm going to go to sleep. Definitely this is going to happen. Because it's the same thing that we've been doing year after year. When we're going to wake up, to be old, to reach a certain maturity is waking up to say that it's enough. 20 years I'm doing same thing. I cannot do this anymore. Now I have to do something different. This is what age and experience is going to teach you. Then you decide that no, it's not going to be like that. I'm going to change it. Then you're going to take precautions before. You're going to take precautions 1 day before, 1 week before, something that you're going to do. You understand? Because you're taking the precautions. Taking precaution is what? Wajib. Then you trust in Allah. The help is going to come to you. Even if you are, that time you are falling asleep, someone may come to wake you up. Even if you make mistakes, someone is there to help you because you're trying. You're not being lazy. You understand? You're not being heedless. So now, look to the month of Ramazan. Don't be heedless. Mercy of Allah will reach, inshallah. Understand? Now these kinds of things, very easy for you to do by yourself if you live by yourself. But that is fake. You need a jamaat. You understand? If you think, I'm going to be nice, I'm not going to be stubborn by yourself, it's fake. It's not real. Allah is saying, be jamaat. Don't you know that marriage is half of your deen? If you are not married, you only have half of your religion. Because nothing is put to practice now. Nothing is real. You don't know if something is real or not until you do what? Until you test it, no? So now marriage is going to test it. Then you know, I thought I was such a nice, easygoing person. Why I feel like I want to choke some people? You understand? Now you say, that means I'm not a good one. Why I'm allowing myself to get carried away with this? I must do something. You're realizing this, children that you have. So it is having a jamaat. You think you are such a nice one, but someone just says something to you, you become a lion now. No, be a donkey is better. Don't be a lion. It's better. If someone tells you you're a donkey, say, Wallah, inshallah, may I be a donkey. But people don't like that. They say you're a donkey, Shaykh. They turn. But If they tell you, oh, Aslanım, my Aslan, you are happy, a lion. Yeah? But in reality, all the lion does is to destroy things. In reality, the donkey carries the heavy load. Doesn't really complain. You understand? So look at the things. You don't like the things that is happening to you. Don't get caught up with the feeling. Step back and say, why is this happening? Why is this happening like this? Do I have to, look, there's a problem. Fix the problem. You don't have to get angry. You can fix the problem. In fact, if you get angry, it's very difficult for you to fix the problem. If that's a math problem, it doesn't matter if you're angry or you're not angry. You still have to solve it. But if you're angry, you may not solve it because everything is short-circuiting. You have to be cool. You have to look. Correct or no? So things that you don't like to do, try to do it. That is coming to you, and you say, I don't like to do that. I don't like what this person says. I don't. Be patient. Pull yourself back. Look at it. Understand a little bit. And say, hey, Allah, someone does something to me in this month I don't like. It's okay. Why I have to fight back? Why I have to say something? Especially in the Dergah. Should put my head down. Allah knows I've said so many wrong things to other people. This one saying something to me, so why have to? But it shouldn't. That is the ego, always fighting like that. You understand? Now you become intelligent. You're going to choose your battle. You're going to choose. You only have this much energy, this much time, this much concern. You understand? Why are you wasting on things like that? I feel like that. Learn how to put it aside, which is why Awliyas and the Salihin, they're saying youth, to be young, it is a disease. When you're young, you're sick because everything is mixed up now. Everything is so important. Everything is life and death. Everything is do or die. It is all ego. There is no past, there is no present. It's just now. That is ego. You understand? So, be with those ones who are old. Yeah. Not even physically old, but old, that they have the patience of old people. If something happens, okay, don't worry. Then they choose their battles. Yeah. Shaykh, what does Shaykh means? Old man. That's what the Shaykh means. In Turkish, they used to call the Shaykh Dede, meaning grandfather. Grandfather doesn't behave like father, doesn't behave like son, doesn't behave like grandson. You understand? They think. Be with them and they will teach you how to think. Because the thinking is a gift. The thinking, a gift from Allah. With that thinking, you can reach all the way to Sidratul Muntaha. Just with that thinking. First, we have to be able to think properly. All the way, don't think Sidratul Muntaha is nothing, I want to go beyond. We're not even lifting ourselves up from this world. People already saying, Sidratul Muntaha is nothing. No. With the thinking, with the intelligence comes everything now. So think. Inshallah, at time we will feel, because the thinking is the intelligence, it is coming from angelic worlds. Yeah? From the melekler, malaika, meaning malik. You understand? Meaning what? Owners, people who have, those ones who have power. With the thinking comes that. Don't you see? Everyone who thinks they have power. Even if you're thinking in the wrong way, you have power. Nobody ever thinks and then they become less powerful. No. This much is enough. وَمِنَ اللَّهُ تَوْفِيقَ الْفَاتِحَةِ